Court now done for the day after the lawyers for Chad Daybell rested their case in his murder trial this morning. Daybell is accused of murdering his wife of nearly 3 decades, Tammy Daybell. He's also on trial for allegedly killing 2 of his current wife's kids, JJ and Tylee. Abby Davis live outside the Ada County Courthouse. Abby, the state already started its rebuttal this morning as well, right?
Yeah, Justin, we heard from 3 witnesses. I just walked out of the courthouse a couple of moments ago, but what I wanted to focus on is the defense's last expert witness that we heard from earlier this morning. That is anthropology professor Eric Bartelink. His testimony was fairly graphic. Bartelink said he worked with the Rexburg Police Department to analyze Tylee's skeletal remains. A medical examiner ruled her death homicide by unspecified means. Law enforcement previously said they found her remains on Chad Daybell's property in spring 2020, burned and discarded. Here's some of the defense's questioning and the prosecution's cross-examination.
I want to talk to you about whether you can make a determination as to where Tylee Ryan's body was burned.
I cannot make that determination.
So in other words, you can't make the determination that her body was burned on Chad Daybell's property. Is that correct?
I cannot make that determination.
And you can't make a determination as to the day or time that the body was burned. Is that correct?
That is correct.
I think you were just asked a question about the ability to determine whether or not Tylee's remains had been burned on the Daybell property. Would you call that question?
Yes, I believe I do.
And I think you answered that it's not possible to make that determination, correct?
That is correct.
So is it fair then to say that it may well have been that her remains were burned on the Daybell property?
Judge, objection, not for speculation.
Well, overruled.
You may answer.
It's certainly possible that she could have been burned on the property, but it's also possible that she could have been burned elsewhere.
Bartelink was on the stand for less than an hour. Afterward, the judge asked Chad if he wanted to testify. He said no. Like we said earlier, court is done for the week. We'll come back on Tuesday. And just to reiterate, we heard from one of Tammy's coworkers today in the state's rebuttal. One of Tammy and Chad's coworkers who used to work with his son, or that did not make sense. Let me rephrase. We heard from some coworkers from Tammy's family, as well as a detective from the Fremont County Sheriff's Office. Justin.
Abby, thank you for being on that. A lot of developments this morning. Appreciate that report.